excited to do this video. I went to the drugstore and got all new products, everything from foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, blush, everything that I've never tried before, so I could do a first impressions full face drugstore makeup tutorial. That was a long title, but that is the video that I'm doing today. I was really excited to try out some of these products. I found some that are absolutely amazing that I'm going to be incorporating into my everyday makeup routine. I found some that I hate and wish I didn't purchase and regret buying and will never purchase again and will never use again. So I think this video turned out really fun. You'll see I hit a little bump in the road with the eyes and I ended up going for a completely different look than I was originally expecting when I sat down to start filming this, but I had so much fun. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe, and I really hope you guys like it. Make sure you tell me what you think in the comments, and let's go ahead and get into it. I do not remember the last time that I was on camera completely barefaced, but right now all I have on is toner and moisturizer, and I'm going to go in with all of my new products, but the only thing that I'm going to be using that is not brand new from a drugstore that I've never tried is my face primer and my eye primer. The reason for that is because I wouldn't be able to tell if a new primer was kind of bad or if it was the actual foundation. So I wanted to try a new foundation and concealer and powder and all that, but just kind of have a primer that I know works for my skin to be able to make sure that it wasn't just that the primer was throwing everything off. So I'm using the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1, Hangover RX 3-in-1. This is a primer. It's also a setting spray and a refresher. So I'm gonna shake it up and then just give a couple spritz. And then the foundation, I am so excited to try. I've heard so many good things about this. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I am typically one of the lightest shades in a foundation when I go to get a new foundation. I wasn't exactly sure what shade I would be, so they didn't have the lightest shade in stock, but they had Classic Ivory. It's the second lightest, so I got that, and then I also got Nude Beige, and I thought if this is too light, which I doubt it will be, but if it is, I could mix a little bit of this in, and then if I get a little sun or whatever. So I'm just going to pump a couple on the back of my hand, a couple pumps. I don't really know how much of this I need to use. It looks a little bit yellow. I tried not to get a yellow based one. I even looked at them compared to some other ones and it looked like it was more of a neutral, but we're gonna see. So I'm just taking this with a stippling brush and I'm going to start stippling on my skin. Okay, so the color is definitely a little bit more yellow, but it doesn't look too light, I don't think. So I'm just going to stipple this on and kind of buff it in, and then I'm gonna go over with my beauty blender to get out any harsh lines and kind of keep blending it a little more. It definitely is a little bit glowy, and I know it's supposed to give you that like healthy elixir vibe. It also has SPF in it, I believe. Yeah, it's a foundation with vitamins. It has B3 and B5, and it also has SPF 20. So I think it's supposed to be kind of a little bit of a glowy foundation, which I can see that. I want to see if the coverage is buildable because right now I still see some areas I hope that the camera is going to show you. I tried to put the exposure on this camera and like aperture and everything to where you guys could really see in true time or in true sight, I guess, what I see, because I know sometimes I'll like point to something and you actually can't see it in the camera and I just seem crazy. So I tried to make the lighting where you guys can really see, but I'm putting a second layer of this on. Yeah, so it's definitely buildable. I feel like that cheek, you can tell, definitely has more product than the rest. So that's nice, because if you do want a more medium coverage, you can just do one layer, and if you want more full coverage, you can go in with another layer. So I'm just blending this out with a damp beauty blender. I haven't put any product actually onto my beauty blender. I just use my beauty blender to buff everything out. So that is the foundation. I want to see how it works with the other products before I give my final review. But this is the Concealer RX by Physicians Formula, concentrated formula for maximum coverage, no mask effect. And this is supposed to be, I think, either the lightest shade or the lightest one they had in stock. It is called Fair Light. I do believe it's the lightest one, and it comes in a little tube like this. So I really don't know how this color is going to be. I have no idea. Okay, so it's a very thick consistency. I'm going to start by putting this on any problem areas that I want a little extra coverage. Yeah, so that is very light. So as far as coverage goes though, I do feel like it gives me some extra coverage. I'm gonna put a little beside my nose, and then I'm gonna go back in afterwards with the Beauty Blender and blend it out, and hopefully the colors kind of fade together. If not, I can put a tiny bit of foundation on over top of it, but I'm just gonna put this on right here. I do think that this is a good concealer. It's not caking up, and it is definitely full coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and just dab over any areas that I put that with my Beauty Blender to try to blend it out and kind of blend any of the colors together because it was a bit lighter. I think it might also be a bit too thick for my under eyes, so I also got this one. I was scared of that, and I got the Revlon Color Stay Concealer. This is in the color 2 Light Pale. This one is a lot more yellow, so this is this one. The Physicians Formula was a lot more of a pink undertone. I'm gonna use this just for the mirror. So far I do not like this concealer. I can already tell. Just something about the way it feels, I don't know. It just like, I feel like it's like sinking into my pores a little bit more than I'm used to with some other concealers. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Physicians Formula, and I just wanna see on a little beauty blender. Or beauty sponge, whatever this is. I call them all beauty blenders, even though most of the ones I use are not. So the next step is to set my powder, and this is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder, and it looks like this. It reminds me a lot of the Makeup Forever one. So this powder is definitely very finely milled, and it comes out really quickly, and I feel like I just spilled the entire thing everywhere, and I am like breathing it in. There's powder floating around everywhere. I feel like I'm about to be like super powdery faced, but I didn't get another powder to try, so I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna start in my T-zone. Word of advice, don't breathe while you're doing this. It's like so finely milled that it's not even gonna give me like an ample bake. Next, I'm going to try the Wet n Wild Mega Low Contouring Palette Contour. This is in Dulce de Leche. So I'm going to take this super large fluffy brush. This is what I've been using to do kind of like my everyday contour. I just take a little bit of powder, tap off the excess, and then just kind of pull this in. And this way it's not like a super harsh line that I have to blend out too much, and it's really quick. I can just do this. I feel like with the large fluffy brush, it really helps just be able to do it super quickly rather than having a small thin line that I'm trying to like completely blend out. But I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my blush. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush in Mellow Wine. And I felt like this was just a pretty color. It does come with a little blush brush, and I always just toss these because I don't really like to use those. But I'm going to tap just a little bit of this on my brush, and then I'm just going to pat it, starting a little further back than the apples of my cheeks, and blend it back into the contour towards my hairline. This highlighter I'm so excited to try. It is by Maybelline. It is the Master Chrome by Face Studio Metallic Highlighter in the color 100 Molten Gold, and it looks so pretty, and I feel like they were kind of trying to go for like a champagne pop gold. So I'm gonna see how this looks on me. I'm very picky with highlighters that I like, so let's see. Right here. Ooh, can you guys see that? That is beautiful. If you guys can hear the dogs just running around at my feet, please just ignore it. but this highlighter is like liquid gold and I am flippin' obsessed with it. I'm gonna put a touch just on the tip of my nose of this highlighter and on my Cupid's bow. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, so now we are going to go into eyes, and I'm going to start with my eye primer. This is the Laura Mercier Eye Base in Flax, and this is an eye primer that I just absolutely love and I know is going to work with any of the eyeshadows. I'm not gonna have to worry, oh, is the eye primer actually what's messing up the shadows, or do I really like the shadows? So I still can't get over this highlight. Oh my goodness, slay. Okay, so my eye base is on, and I got two different eyeshadow palettes, both the CoverGirl True Naked. I got the color Nude and Roses, and I felt like there were colors I liked in both of them, so I wanted to see exactly what I wanted to do. I also picked up two eyeliners. One is Emerald and one is Turquoise that I think I'm gonna do on the lower lash line. So I think I'm gonna do Emerald. I wasn't exactly sure. So if I'm doing Emerald, I'm just gonna open up both of these palettes and kind of play with the colors and decide what I like. Okay, so I just swatched some of the colors on my hand because I wanted to see what kind of eye look I wanted to do. And I have to say these colors were not very blendable and also a little bit chalky, which I'm not super excited about. And I didn't get another eyeshadow palette. I just assumed I would like these. I don't know why, that wasn't very smart. And do I have a nude? Yes, so I have a base color that doesn't have any shimmer in it. This is from the Nudes palette and it is the color Shell. So I am just putting this shell color from my lid all the way up to my brow, and this is just going to set the base. And I feel like when I put a powder shadow over top of everything before I put other colors on, sometimes it helps with the blendability, and I'm kind of worried about these eyeshadows blending. So I just want to go ahead and cover all my bases and do the best I can. So now I'm just going to take a flat shader brush and I'm going to take this color right here, the fourth one in on the Roses palette, which is called Rose Gold. As I'm picking it up with my brush, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is super, it's like breaking up a lot and it's very dusty almost. So, and as I'm tapping off the excess, you can see it's like getting everywhere. So I'm definitely gonna have some fallout with this. Maybe should have done my eyes first, but you know, you live and you learn. So I do like this color though. I think this is pretty, and I think it's gonna be pretty with the emerald underneath. So I'm just putting a little more of this on. Teddy, what are you doing? Teddy's making so much noise in the background. I'm just putting this rose gold on my lid. I'm definitely getting some fallout from this up under here. So that is something to note with these colors. You are going to have a lot of fallout. Then I'm going to flip the brush over and come over to this color in the Nudes palette. This one right here, this dark brown, it is in the color Coffee. And I'm going to get a little bit of this on my brush and start this in the outer corner and work into the rose gold. See if I can blend those together some. I'll be honest, I'm not incredibly ecstatic about these colors. I feel like I'm being a big Debbie Downer in this video, and I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like this. But I definitely will not use this eyeshadow palette again. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this color Fawn and Cocoa. I'm gonna get a little bit on that, tap off any excess, and then I'm going to put this into my crease. I feel like I'm really having to push the brush into the crease of my eye to get the color to transfer from the brush onto my eye, which typically, you know, I can just very lightly dust it on and the color transfers, but for some reason this color really wants to cling onto my actual brush. So I'm gonna go back in. I honestly don't even know what look I'm doing right now. but it's probably not gonna be like the prettiest thing I've ever done. So this makeup look has turned into being just a bronze smoky eye that we are going to have a fun pop of color underneath, because I do not like the way this rose gold is blending, and this is not the look I originally intended to do. But this is, you know, improvising and working with what we have, and I didn't get another eyeshadow palette. I got like a few different lip colors and concealers, but I don't know why, I just assumed that I was going to like this eyeshadow palette, and I do not. So I'm gonna take an even more fine crease brush and just really get this into my crease. If I used this eyeshadow palette every day, I would definitely have some premature wrinkles from being so rough on my eyes right now. And you guys can see, like, see how it kind of looks like all patchy? With a good eyeshadow, it would not be patchy like this. I mean, this entire eye, I'm just like I'm not here to play. I'm super disappointed with this eye look. I feel like I don't even know if I can upload this video because the main part of a tutorial is the eyes, and I can't even make these eyeshadows work to do that for this video, but I'm just gonna keep going and see how it looks at the end and see. But I'm taking the Rimmel London Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer. Yes, I almost just said water poop. This is in the color Emerald Sparkle. Oh, I didn't know that this had sparkle. Does the turquoise have sparkle? This is in the color turquoise. No, the turquoise doesn't have sparkle, so I'm gonna take the turquoise because I'm not down for like some sparkle, glittery, emerald. No. 100th time is the charm. I cannot tell you how many times I've stopped this video because either my building's fire alarm goes off or Mochi starts barking, so I am going to try this one more time. I have put this on my waterline, and then I'm putting it on my lower lash line and extending it up a little bit towards where a little baby wing from my liner is going to go. I'm going to do some black liner with a little baby wing on top of this turquoise. So I'm just going to repeat that on this side, and then I'm going to smudge it out a little bit. And I'm sorry that this eyeshadow isn't more fun. I wanted to do like a fun rose gold ombre, but it just turned into something that I wasn't expecting, and I'm kind of disappointed, but I'm gonna move on from it. Next, I'm going to take my NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner. I did not think I got the vinyl one. I thought I got the matte one. I looked specifically and I said, no, the vinyl is gonna be shiny. I wanna get the matte one. And then somehow I picked up the vinyl and didn't realize till just now. But I'm just going to do a thin line and do a little baby wing on the end. So I thought I was going to do a baby winged liner, but then I decided to go ahead and do a more dramatic wing and connect this blue up underneath. And I just kind of want to pretend that the eyeshadow is not really there. It is there, and the wings look a little bit different, but I feel like overall they're pretty good. So I'm going to go into eyebrows. So this is the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. So this looks really waxy. I'm not exactly sure the color. Let me go ahead and just swatch it on my hand. Okay, so it's not too bad. It's kind of a little bit of an ashy brown, but I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in my brows with this. Just gonna fill in any sparse areas. I'm not really focusing on reshaping right now. I just want to get them filled in. So I got two other brow products. I also got the NYX Mascara Tinted Brow Mascara in the color Brunette. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw a little bit of this on there and see if that helps a little bit. Sometimes I like to go ahead and put the tinted mascara on. Then I go over it with my spoolie and the pomade, and I feel like it just kind of helps everything come together. Then the last thing I got, I thought sounded really cool. This is the NYX Eyebrow Marker in the color Deep, and it is a super fine tip like brow liner that is supposed to be able to recreate individual hairs. So I wouldn't say it's recreating individual hairs the way microblading will, but I do like using it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the steps on the other side and I'll be right back. The brows are a bit dark, but out of all of the brow products that I used, I would have to say the marker is my favorite and one that I'm going to start incorporating into my everyday look, whereas the other two products, I feel like I have some that are better than that. But now I'm going to be taking the Rimmel London Shake It First Clump Free Volume Mascara. So you are actually supposed to shake this mascara before you use it. I've heard that this is pretty new. I got the color Very Black, and the shaking it says volume stays clump free with every use. Shake to refresh when needed, prevents it from drying out, but I've also heard that people shake it before each one. And then I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to my lashes. I'm probably gonna put some fake lashes on anyways, but I wanted to test out a mascara for you guys and see what it was like. This one so far actually feels really good, but I don't know how lengthening it is. I feel like my lashes are pretty much just the same length, just getting a little bit darker, whereas I like the mascaras where I can actually like see them getting a little bit longer. So I feel like L'Oreal Telescopic does that, and that's my all-time favorite mascara. But since this is a first impressions, I thought I couldn't use that one. So, oh, I feel it now. You've got to like vigorously shake this. Oh, dang. This is like a shaker, like a margarita shaker. Okay, I'm gonna put a tiny bit more on this just so I can, with the shooketh side. And then, ooh, it's even like shaped kind of like an alcohol shaker. That's kind of cool. I didn't get that. That went completely over my head. But now we are just going to throw it on this side. Well, I really like this mascara. I think that's pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and put a tiny bit on the lower lashes, not much. I barely even like just touch the lower lashes and kind of sweep them outwards, and that is all that I'm doing for lower lashes. So for lips, I got this lip liner by Milani. This is the Color Statement lip liner in number 3 nude, and I got 2 different lip, I guess like liquid lips to use, and I don't know which one is going to go better. I got 2 different Milani ones, the Amore Matte or Amore Matte, I don't know. I got number 10 and number 11, Adorable and Precious. One is a little bit more pink, one's a little bit more nude. And then I also got this Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip in case I absolutely hated these. So this is the lip liner, and I'm just going to lightly trace my lips. And then I'm filling them in too because I don't know the exact color matches the lip liner, so I don't want to have like a darker lip liner, so I'm just going to completely fill it in. Is anyone ever like pretty putting on lip liner? I feel like I look so awkward. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the number 10, Adorable. This is the more nude one, and I'm hoping that this one works out well because I would like for it to be a little more nude, a little less pink since we have the blue underneath our eyes. Oh, yes. Yes, mommy. Yes, I love that. So the last thing is I'm going to throw on some false lashes and I will be right back. So I went ahead and put on these lashes by Kiss. They are in the shape poise. I have tried the Kiss lashes before and I absolutely love them, but I've never tried this shape, and I think they're really long and fluttery, and I'm stuttering now, but I think these are pretty. And then I went ahead and took my hair down, and it is time for final thoughts. The products I would absolutely repurchase, I'm going to work them into my everyday routine, are going to be the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. This highlight is beautiful. I also absolutely love this Milani liquid lip with this lip liner. I do like the NYX eyeliner that I used for the top, but I just wish I got the matte one. I thought I bought the matte one, but I guess I picked up the vinyl finish, which is supposed to be a little bit more shiny. Not crazy about the vinyl finish, but I do like the brush on the tip. I was able to get a pretty precise wing and kind of make them semi-even. I also really like the NYX brow marker. Overall, I ended up really liking the foundation after I layered on, you know, bronzer and blush and powder and all of that. I thought it was going to start to kind of get a little cakey, maybe break up a little bit, but I think that it is looking really, really pretty. So I definitely enjoy this, and I love finding drugstore foundations that I can get in different colors if I'm going to have a spray tan or something, so I don't have to buy my more expensive foundation just for the times that I have like that spray tan. So I like to find a drugstore foundation that I really enjoy, and that one so far I like. I will definitely keep you posted. If you look down in the bottom bar, I will write how I ended up feeling about this. I'm going to wear this for the rest of the day, and then kind of I'll put a little post in there about how everything looked by the end of the day. But the foundation was good. Wasn't crazy about the Revlon Color Stay Concealer, and absolutely hated the eyeshadows. These are the CoverGirl True Naked eyeshadow palettes. I got the one in roses and in nudes, and I absolutely hated both of them. This is not the look that I expected to come up with for you guys, but I think it turned out pretty good given what I had to work with, and I kind of just made it work with some liner. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other products that you would like to have me try out and do a first impressions on, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.